Welcome to another exciting dive into the wonders of our world with Let Me Share a Fun Fact. Today, we're plunging deep into the mysteries of the ocean, exploring some of the most incredible creatures and hidden places in the vast blue that covers most of our planet. From the deepest, darkest trenches to the vibrant coral reefs, there's so much we still don't know about the ocean, yet every fact we do know is nothing short of amazing. So, whether you're a marine life enthusiast or just curious about what lurks below the waves, stick around because these ocean facts will blow your mind. The Abyssal Zone, a world of darkness and crushing pressure. Imagine being more than 6,000 meters beneath the ocean's surface, where no sunlight can penetrate and the pressure is strong enough to crush a human submarine. Welcome to the Abyssal Zone, one of the most mysterious and extreme environments on Earth. Temperatures here are just above freezing, and the creatures that call this home have adapted in fascinating ways to survive the complete lack of light and the bone-crushing pressure. Fish with translucent bodies, creatures that rely on bioluminescence to communicate or lure prey, and organisms that thrive in the most inhospitable of conditions are just a few examples of the biodiversity that exists in this otherworldly place. Scientists are only beginning to scratch the surface of what lies in these depths, as this zone is incredibly difficult to explore. Robotic submersibles and deep-sea exploration vessels have provided brief glimpses, but the Abyssal Zone remains largely unexplored, reminding us of how much of our planet remains a complete mystery. The Anglerfish, a living lure in the deep. In the pitch-black waters of the deep ocean, the anglerfish, or black devilfish, Melanocetus johnsonii, reigns supreme. With its terrifying, oversized mouth filled with needle-like teeth and a strange glowing appendage extending from its head, this fish is the stuff of nightmares, but also of marvels. That glowing lure is actually bioluminescent, thanks to bacteria living inside it, and it's used to attract unsuspecting prey in the darkness. In a place where food is scarce, evolution has equipped the anglerfish with this ingenious tool to hunt in the deep ocean. Once the prey is close enough, the anglerfish's massive mouth snaps shut with incredible speed. What's even more astonishing is the size difference between male and female anglerfish. The females can grow up to 20 times larger than their male counterparts. Males spend their lives searching for a female, and once they find one, they latch on and fuse with her, living off her nutrients for the rest of their lives. Talk about dedication! The Great Barrier Reef, nature's marine masterpiece. The Great Barrier Reef, off the coast of Australia, is one of the most magnificent and complex ecosystems on Earth. Stretching over 2,300 kilometers, it's the largest coral reef system in the world and can even be seen from space. Home to an extraordinary array of marine life, the reef houses thousands of species, including turtles, sharks, colorful fish, and, of course, the corals themselves. Coral reefs are made up of tiny organisms called polyps, which build the intricate limestone structures we admire. However, the Great Barrier Reef is not only a breathtaking natural wonder but also a fragile one. Rising ocean temperatures and pollution have caused significant damage in recent years, leading to a phenomenon known as coral bleaching, where the vibrant colors of the reef fade as the corals lose the algae that give them life. Scientists and conservationists are working tirelessly to protect and preserve this global treasure, ensuring that future generations will still have the chance to experience its beauty. The Hadal Zone, the deepest place on Earth. Beneath the Abyssal Zone lies an even more mysterious and extreme realm, the Hadal Zone, found in the ocean's deepest trenches, such as the Mariana Trench. Named after Hades, the Greek god of the underworld, this zone plunges to depths of nearly 11,000 meters, where only the bravest of robotic submersibles have dared to go. The pressure here is more than 1,000 times that of the surface, and temperatures hover just above freezing. Despite these harsh conditions, life somehow thrives. Strange creatures like snailfish, amphipods, and giant tube worms have been discovered in these depths, feeding on organic matter that drifts down from above or around hydrothermal vents that release nutrients. The Hadal Zone is one of the least explored places on Earth, and each new discovery adds to our understanding of life in extreme environments. Who knows what otherworldly creatures still remain hidden in these inky depths, waiting for the next brave explorer to find them. The Goblin Shark, a deep-sea phantom with a snapping jaw. The Goblin Shark, Mitsukurina Ostoni, is a creature straight out of a sci-fi horror film, yet it's very much real, lurking in the dark depths of the ocean. This rare, elusive species is known for its long, flat snout and jaws that can extend forward like a mechanical arm to snatch up prey. When hunting, the goblin shark waits patiently in the shadows. As soon as a fish swims by, its jaw shoots out to grab the unsuspecting prey, before quickly retracting back into place. Its pinkish, translucent skin only adds to its eerie appearance. Living at depths of around 1,200 meters, the goblin shark is rarely seen by humans, but deep-sea fishermen occasionally catch one by accident. Because of its rarity and the difficulty of studying it in its natural habitat, much about the goblin shark remains a mystery. But one thing is clear, this creature is a living fossil, having barely changed in appearance for over 100 million years. The vast unknown, the ocean covers 71% of Earth, but we've only explored 5%. The ocean covers more than 71% of our planet's surface, making it the largest habitat on Earth. Yet, despite its vastness, less than 5% of its depths have been explored by humans. This means that most of the ocean, particularly its deepest regions, remains a complete mystery to us. We sent people to the moon and rovers to Mars, but our own planet's underwater world is still largely uncharted. The challenges are many: immense pressures, frigid temperatures, and the sheer vastness of the ocean itself. But with advances in technology, scientists are slowly uncovering its secrets, from bizarre, never-before-seen creatures to ecosystems thriving in the most extreme environments, like hydrothermal vents on the ocean floor. Some experts believe that the ocean may even hold answers to some of humanity's biggest questions about climate change, biodiversity, and possibly even the origins of life. It's a reminder that there's still so much left to discover, even right here on Earth. Hey, if you're enjoying these amazing ocean facts so far, why not take a quick moment to hit that subscribe button? Here on Let Me Share a Fun Fact, we're always diving into fascinating topics like this, and you won't want to miss out on the next one. Go ahead, subscribe, and let's keep the fun facts rolling. The blue-ringed octopus, tiny but deadly. Don't be fooled by its small size and dazzling appearance. The blue-ringed octopus is one of the most venomous creatures in the ocean. Though it fits easily in the palm of your hand, this tiny octopus carries venom potent enough to kill a human. When threatened, the blue rings on its body light up as a warning, signaling that it's ready to defend itself with a neurotoxin that can cause paralysis or even death within minutes. Despite its deadly reputation, the blue-ringed octopus is not aggressive and will only bite if provoked. It's a master of camouflage, blending seamlessly into its surroundings until it feels threatened. Found in shallow waters in the Pacific and Indian Oceans, this little octopus is a reminder that sometimes the most dangerous creatures are the ones you least expect. Its venom is so powerful that no antidote exists, making it essential for people to give this beautiful but deadly creature plenty of space if they encounter it in the wild. The giant squid, a deep-sea monster with dinner plate eyes. The giant squid is the stuff of legends, with tales of massive creatures pulling ships under the sea going back centuries. While we know now that those stories are exaggerated, the truth about giant squids is almost as incredible. Growing over 12 meters long, these elusive animals are rarely seen by humans, as they live deep in the ocean, sometimes as far down as 1,000 meters. One of the most fascinating features of the giant squid is its eyes. Each one can be as large as a dinner plate, giving it excellent vision in the dark depths where sunlight doesn't reach. These enormous eyes help the squid spot faint light or movement from potential prey, like deep-sea fish or even other squids. Despite its fearsome size and powerful beak, which it uses to tear its prey apart, the giant squid remains largely a mystery. Even today, most of what we know about them comes from carcasses washed up on shores or caught accidentally by deep-sea fishermen. Dolphins and echolocation, nature's built-in sonar. Dolphins are often celebrated for their intelligence and playful nature, but one of their most fascinating abilities is their use of echolocation. This is essentially a biological sonar system, where dolphins emit a series of clicks and listen to the echoes that bounce back from objects around them. This allows them to see their environment through sound, helping them navigate the often murky depths of the ocean, locate schools of fish, and avoid obstacles. The precision of this natural sonar is astonishing. Dolphins can detect the size, shape, and distance of objects, even distinguishing between different types of fish. This ability is particularly important in deep or dark waters where visibility is limited. In addition to being practical, echolocation is also a form of social communication among dolphin pods. It's just one more reason these animals are considered some of the most remarkable creatures in the ocean. Their combination of intelligence, social behavior, and echolocation makes them extraordinary predators and navigators of the seas. Underwater rivers and lakes, the ocean's hidden landscapes. It might sound impossible, but there are actual rivers and lakes at the bottom of the ocean. These underwater bodies of water are formed by a phenomenon called brine pools, where water with extremely high salt content becomes so dense that it sinks to the seafloor, creating what looks like lakes or rivers beneath the ocean. These pools can be surrounded by rocky shores and even have currents that resemble those of rivers on land. The brine itself is inhospitable to most marine life, but at the edges of these underwater rivers and lakes, unique ecosystems flourish. Certain fish and invertebrates, like mussels and shrimp, thrive in these otherwise harsh environments, living off the nutrients that gather in the brine. It's an alien-like landscape, complete with otherworldly creatures, reminding us that even in the ocean, one of the most familiar natural features of our planet, there are still surprises waiting to be discovered. These underwater rivers and lakes are just one more example of how little we truly know about our deep-sea world. The ocean sunfish, a gentle giant of the deep. The ocean sunfish, or mola mola, is the heaviest bony fish in the world, tipping the scales at a whopping 2,300 kilograms. With its odd shape, essentially a flattened, oval body with long dorsal and anal fins, the sunfish looks like something from another planet. Despite its size, the mola mola feeds primarily on jellyfish, drifting through the water in search of its prey. It's not an efficient swimmer, and its peculiar body shape doesn't exactly make it built for speed. However, it's known to leap out of the water, possibly to shake off parasites that often latch onto its skin. These giants are gentle by nature, posing no threat to humans, and they are often seen basking on the ocean's surface, soaking up the sun. The mola mola's sheer size and unusual appearance have fascinated ocean explorers and scientists alike, as it stands out as one of the ocean's most peculiar and awe-inspiring creatures. The leatherback turtle, a deep-diving titan of the sea. The leatherback turtle is a true titan of the ocean. As the largest species of sea turtle, it can grow to weigh more than 700 kilograms and reach over 2 meters in length. But what's even more impressive than its size is its ability to dive to depths of more than 1,200 meters, deeper than any other turtle species. Leatherbacks are uniquely adapted for these deep dives, with flexible, rubbery shells that allow them to withstand the immense pressure of the ocean's depths. Unlike other turtles, leatherbacks don't have hard, bony shells, which makes them more agile in the water. They are also excellent long-distance travelers, sometimes migrating thousands of kilometers between feeding and nesting grounds. Unfortunately, leatherback turtles are critically endangered, with their numbers declining due to human activities like poaching, plastic pollution, and habitat destruction. Conservation efforts are underway to protect these majestic creatures and ensure that they continue to roam the oceans for generations to come. Giant tube worms, thriving in extreme heat and darkness. In the deepest, darkest parts of the ocean, where sunlight never reaches and the environment is hostile to most forms of life, giant tube worms thrive. These remarkable creatures live near hydrothermal vents, cracks in the ocean floor where superheated, sulfur-rich water escapes from beneath the Earth's crust. Despite the extreme heat and lack of sunlight, these vents create a unique ecosystem where tube worms grow to incredible lengths, sometimes over 2 meters. Instead of relying on photosynthesis, these worms survive through a process called chemosynthesis. They have a symbiotic relationship with bacteria living inside their bodies, which convert the toxic chemicals in the vent's water into nutrients. These giant tube worms are perfectly adapted to one of the most extreme environments on Earth, where temperatures can fluctuate rapidly and the pressure is intense. Their existence challenges what we thought we knew about life and shows us that organisms can survive and even thrive in places previously thought uninhabitable. They're a testament to the resilience and adaptability of life on our planet. The blue whale, the gentle giant with an insatiable appetite. The blue whale is not only the largest animal alive today but the largest to have ever lived on Earth. This gentle giant can reach lengths of up to 30 meters and weigh as much as 200 tons, yet it feeds almost exclusively on tiny shrimp-like creatures called krill. During feeding season, a single blue whale can consume up to 4 tons of krill every day, using its enormous mouth to take in massive amounts of water and filter out the krill through baleen plates. Despite its colossal size, the blue whale moves gracefully through the ocean, often traveling thousands of kilometers in search of food. Its low-frequency calls, which can be heard over hundreds of miles, are some of the loudest sounds made by any animal. Sadly, blue whale populations were decimated by commercial whaling in the 20th century, though they are now a protected species. Conservation efforts have allowed their numbers to slowly recover, but they remain endangered. Seeing a blue whale in the wild is a rare and awe-inspiring experience, a reminder of the incredible biodiversity that exists in our oceans. The great white shark, nature's ultimate predator with an electric sense. The great white shark is often portrayed as the ultimate ocean predator, and for good reason. Growing up to 6 meters in length, these powerful creatures are known for their speed, strength, and razor-sharp teeth. But what really sets them apart is their ability to detect the faint electrical fields produced by the movement of their prey. This is made possible by specialized organs called the ampullae of Lorenzini, located in their snouts. These tiny, gel-filled sacs allow the shark to sense the electrical signals generated by muscle contractions in other animals, making it incredibly efficient at hunting, even in murky waters where visibility is low. The great white shark's keen senses, combined with its incredible power, make it a highly effective hunter, capable of breaching the water's surface in spectacular attacks on seals and other marine mammals. Despite their fearsome reputation, great white sharks are not mindless killers. In fact, they play a crucial role in maintaining the health of ocean ecosystems by keeping prey populations in check. Ocean currents, the global conveyor belt of the seas. Ocean currents are like the planet's natural conveyor belt, moving not only water but also heat, nutrients, and even pollutants around the globe. These powerful flows, driven by wind, tides, and differences in water temperature and salinity, help regulate the Earth's climate by redistributing heat from the equator toward the poles. For example, the Gulf Stream transports warm water from the Gulf of Mexico across the Atlantic to Western Europe, playing a key role in making the region's climate milder than other areas at similar latitudes. But currents do more than just control the weather, they also drive the movement of marine life. Nutrient-rich water carried by deep ocean currents helps support fisheries by encouraging plankton blooms, which form the base of the ocean food chain. Unfortunately, these same currents can also spread pollutants like plastic and oil spills across vast distances, impacting ecosystems far from their source. Understanding and monitoring ocean currents is crucial for predicting climate patterns and protecting marine environments in the face of global climate change. Jellyfish, ancient survivors of the deep sea. Jellyfish are living fossils, having roamed the oceans for more than 500 million years, long before the dinosaurs. These ancient creatures have adapted to virtually every marine environment, from shallow coastal waters to the darkest depths of the ocean. Despite their simple body structure, consisting mainly of water and lacking a brain, heart, or bones, jellyfish have been remarkably successful in surviving through the ages. Some species, like the immortal jellyfish, can even reverse their life cycle under certain conditions, effectively regenerating themselves. Fossil records show that jellyfish have remained largely unchanged for hundreds of millions of years, a testament to their resilience. Today, jellyfish can be found in every ocean on Earth, and their populations are booming due to rising sea temperatures and overfishing of their natural predators. While their stings can be painful and dangerous for humans, jellyfish play an important role in marine ecosystems, serving as both predators and prey in the complex food web of the ocean. The Twilight Zone, a world of shadows and bioluminescence. Descending into the ocean's twilight zone is like entering another world. Located between 200 and 1,000 meters below the surface, this region, also known as the mesopelagic zone, receives only faint, filtered light from above. It's a realm of shadows, where darkness reigns and strange, otherworldly creatures have evolved to survive in the dim conditions. Many of these animals produce their own light through a process called bioluminescence, which they use to communicate, lure prey, or avoid predators. Anglerfish, lanternfish, and squid are just a few of the species that light up the Twilight Zone. Despite the challenges of living in near darkness, this zone is teeming with life, much of it still undiscovered by scientists. It's also a critical part of the ocean's carbon cycle, as many animals in the Twilight Zone migrate to the surface at night to feed before returning to the depths by day. This daily vertical migration is the largest animal migration on Earth, and it plays a key role in regulating our planet's climate by transporting carbon from the surface to the deep ocean. And there you have it! The ocean is truly one of the most mysterious and fascinating places on Earth, filled with creatures and phenomena that are both bizarre and beautiful. Which fact surprised you the most? Were you already familiar with any of these amazing ocean wonders? Drop a comment below to let us know which one stood out to you. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on more fun facts like these. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep exploring the wonders of our world with Let Me Share a Fun Fact.